Hi guys, welcome back. Today's video is going to be a mini review using the Melt Cosmetics Rust palette. This is how it looks like. Ta-da! It's a beautiful eyeshadow palette. I've always wanted to get the Rust stack palette they came out with a very long time ago. I would say maybe like 3 to 4 years ago, because this shade right here, Rubbish, was calling my name. I freaking love any mustard, brown, yellowy shade. So when these came out during the Sephora VIB sale, this was the first thing on my cart. I'm so excited that I have it on my hands, and let me tell you, I have these old Morphe eyeshadow palette. It was a collaboration with Kathleen Lights. Let me show you. This is very old. This eyeshadow palette was one of my first eyeshadow palettes that I ever got. Look at this shade. It's basically the same, and I hate pan on it, and it's my favorite eyeshadow shade ever. I actually would travel with this whole palette just because of that shade, and I've been looking for a dupe for the longest time. Look no further, I have it right here. Ah, I'm so excited. So if you want to see how I created this look using some of these eyeshadows, just keep on watching. And before we get started, I would love for you to subscribe and give this video a big thumbs up if you like what you see. And now let's move on to the tutorial. Okay, so I'm going to start by using the shade Classic all over my lid with my Morphe M505 blending brush. And I'll place it all over my lid towards my brow bone, kind of as a base for all the eyeshadows that I'm going to place next. Okay, next I'm going with Rubbish. I will think my favorite eyeshadow of the palette. I love this mustard shade so much. So of course, I'm going to place it all over my lid towards my crease and blend it out. I'll keep building the color until I'm happy with the intensity. Oh, and by the way, I'm sitting in front of my window just to get better lighting for this mini tutorial. So that's why my background is different. I'm going to use the Alamar Cosmetics blending brush with the shade Erode and place it in my crease a little bit towards my brow bone. And I feel like this yellow shade is going to bring out even more the mustard shade. Next, with my Luxie 131 mini angle brush, I'm going to take Rust and place it in my outer corner. Small detail brush like this one help get like a precise application, especially in the outer corner with dark colors. It helps not mess it up, if you know what I mean. So I'm keeping these shade mainly in the outer corner and kind of drag it a little bit in my crease towards the middle. But I want to elongate my eye, so I keep it mainly right here, like I said, in the outer corner. I love this Rust shade. It's a little bit more of a reddish undertone brown, and I love the warm undertone of this palette. It's so beautiful. Next, with my Alamar blending brush again, I'm going to take the Classic shade to blend everything together right here in my crease to clean it up a little bit. With my Morphe M505 brush, I'm going to, it doesn't have anything on it, I'm just going to use it to blend everything out to make sure there's no harsh lines. Back again with my Luxie mini angle brush. I'm going to build up the rust shade here in my outer corner. So eyeshadow is a matter of patience, blending and building the color until you're happy. Blending it again. Again with a classic shade with my Alamar blending brush. Clean up the edges, and I'm going to brighten up my inner corner with it too. A little bit like that. Next, I'll take the shade Tarnish, my finger. I'm going to place it in the inner corner towards the middle of my lid. So far, no fallout at all with these eyeshadows. That's a big plus. And then, as well with my finger, I'll take the shade Redux. And what I'm going to do is place it in the outer corner towards the middle of my lid, just to kind of create a gradient between the two colors. Okay, this one's giving me fallout, but I'll clean it up. Again, Luxie angle brush. And I'm going to tap the rust shade a little bit with the Redux, so there's no harsh lines in between the two. See? A lot of fallout. So I'm going to take just a clean, fluffy brush and try to swap it away the best I can. And then with my foundation brush, I'll just kind of try to clean it up a little bit with whatever's left of foundation that I used earlier. I'm a fan of the Redux shade, let me tell you. I'm trying to build it up in my outer corner, and it's just falling off. Maybe if I wet it, it will perform better, but the tarnish shade, the other metallic shade that I just applied, I didn't have to wet it, and it didn't have any fallout whatsoever. So, not a fan of that shade. I'll have to clean it up again, but it's okay. I'm gonna take a little bit of the concealer that I was using earlier, the Jouer Essential High Coverage Concealer, and then my foundation brush to clean it up a little bit again, because that shade kind of messed it up. It's looking okay, I think. Okay, so now with the smudger brush, I'm going to take Rubbish and blend it away in my lower lash line. Then I'll take a little bit of Erode again. And then I'll take Rust finally and put it in my lower lash line, but just in the outer corner right here, to keep the illusion of my eye being more like open rather than closed. Okay, so that's it, fairly simple. I'm going to apply my L'Oreal Lash Paradise Mascara to finish it up. And that's it. Okay, so I hope you like the mini tutorial. This eyeshadow palette is freaking beautiful. I love all the shades in here, especially my mustard shade. Like I said 100 million times, but I'm so excited that it's here. I love the color story and that I can actually use the whole palette. Sometimes some eyeshadow palettes will have maybe 1 or 2 or 3 colors that I know that I won't use ever, but these color story here is perfect for me. I love my brown shades. Warm shades are everything. I love that you can create a natural everyday look to a very smoky night out eyeshadow look. The formula is freaking amazing. It blends like a dream. No fallout except for the Redux shade that I use so far, but I think if you wet it you wouldn't have trouble with it at all. But it's minor. I don't actually care for a little bit of fallout. You can clean it up like you saw I did and no problem at all, or you can do your eyeshadow first and then you can do your base. But I can see myself traveling just with this eyeshadow palette and be set. This makes me want to get more melt eyeshadows because let me tell you, these didn't disappoint at all. I'm happy that I got it, and for sure I'll be doing more eye looks using it. You should get your hands on it. And I'm actually kind of glad that I never got this stack. I'm glad that I got the eyeshadow palette format because it's actually easier. You just open it up and you have all the colors laid out for you. Anyways, beautiful, well worth it. A+++, highly recommend. Okay, so short and sweet this time, I'm sure. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please give a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. I would love for you to do that. I will leave the information of the palette as well as what is on my face as always in the description down below. And I will leave my Instagram if you want to go ahead and follow me. I would love that. And I will see you in the next one. Bye. And you can have I been saying stop? Stack, melt, rust, stack. Have I or have I not? Glad that I actually got it in the. I'm glad that I actually got it in the